Welcome back, YouTube. I'm back with another interview. I'm here with Abby Geiser. She's from Keller, Texas, and she runs at Duke University. How are you today?
I'm great. I'm so happy to be here and glad for this opportunity. It's gonna be fun.
Thanks. You make me feel good. That's what I like to hear. We're going to start with a little bit of your backstory. Your mom, she ran cross country and track and field at Notre Dame. So, how much have that helped you navigate through the track and field world?
It's honestly helped a lot. Yeah, so she ran cross country. I think she mainly ran cross country, but was really good at like 400s and things like that as well. So she really knew what she was doing, and I think my dad ran track growing up as well. So with her being a collegiate athlete, she kind of knew what it was all about going in and really like helped me through that.
Hmm.
But us in track from an early age, I have three siblings and we all ran summer track, and she was just, her energy and everything, like she
Okay.
just loved it. And so it helped us love it. But with recruiting and everything, it was just so helpful because she knew really what to expect and what to look for in programs and how to help me choose which program was the best for me. But she really took a backseat role, which was nice as well. Like she wasn't overbearing in any way. She really just let me explore the different options and what I wanted to do, which is really nice. Because originally I was going to play soccer in college. We didn't talk about this, but my plan in high school was to play soccer in college. And so I was actually recruited to Duke for soccer, and I came on an unofficial visit here my freshman year of high school. I was about to commit my sophomore year, and then I decided it wasn't for me and I quit and I started focusing on track. And so she was supportive through the whole process. And so it was
Okay.
really helpful having someone who knew what they were doing because I did not. I had no idea.
That's good. That's actually, well, for me, that's kind of strange to say because when I did my research on you in high school, you lettered, I think, in track, a couple of events, but you got a state title and you were the captain of your team. So that's actually kind of fascinating to know. I want to talk a little bit about academics because, in high school, you was all academics and now in college, you're all academics. Is that
Mhm.
something very important to you?
It is. It's honestly, I would say I'm even more of a perfectionist about my academics than even
Okay.
on the track. Because the track, it's like, this is fun, this is what I love to do. But I also just really love to learn. Like I being at such like a good school here,
Right.
it's really easy to like look at everyone around you and be like, oh my gosh, like they got in like on their own. Like they don't have athletics to help them get in. And
Right.
so a little bit is I feel like I need to prove myself and like really like show them that I deserve to be here, which really isn't the case and isn't how it should work. But there's always a little chip on your shoulder that
Right.
they know I'm an athlete, like they have stereotypes in their head of athletes. And so part of me is like, I want to prove them wrong. Like I want to end my college career with like a 3.8 or above. And
Mm.
I that's like one of my goals. And so I really put a lot of time towards that. But the other half of that is I don't have much of a social life because I'm focusing on track and school
Right.
and trying to get enough sleep. So, it's
Mm.
like all the coaches say is there's three things, you can only do too well. And I've made my choice and like I enjoy it. I really, really do. The teachers here make it easy and everyone here wants to do well. So it's a very easy environment to be in. And it just breeds success. It really does. It's helpful.
Okay. I mean, I think you chose the better of the three when you talk about limiting your
Yeah.
social life, to focus on academics because
Right.
that's the right decision. Another question I have back to your background as on track and field. I see that you are one of the better legs of your relays. Is that something you pride yourself on? Is something you practice on? How do you think you're just very stellar at that field? I mean, not the field, the relay of events.
I think our coaches spend a lot of time on our relays. We work really hard on our handoffs even.
Mm.
We start handoff practices early.
Okay.
And I think we just have so many talented girls that once again, it's kind of one of those things where like I need to make them proud, and they always make me proud. We had just three amazing ladies on the relays last year who were all just so talented. And so it was just very easy to go out there and run.
Right.
Kelsey, Hallie, and Shyler were the three that we went to NCAAs with. And it was just such an easy environment to be in. But yeah, I definitely, we all pride ourselves on the relay and, want to make our coaches proud. But at the end of the day, like we believe in one another.
Hmm.
Um, and that's the thing with the handoffs is for the 4x1, it's like it's scary. Like you mess up,
Yeah, one wrong handoff and you lose your
it's
DQ.
terrifying. Like you're like, oh my gosh, like I can't mess this up. And I was the first leg by the end of the season. So I was like, if I
Oh, so you
mess this up,
started off.
I was like, the whole thing's over. Like I cannot mess this up. So it's
Oh,
definitely more about, having the girls trust me and I trusted the girls. And I feel like we really came through and I hope that this year is the same. I'm sure it will be, but a lot of practice for sure.
okay. Which relay do you feel more comfortable with? 4x1 or 4x4?
I love to call myself a short sprinter.
Oh,
I I I love to give myself that title, so I really enjoy the 4x1.
mhm.
Um, 4x4 kicks my butt every now and then. It's one of
Well,
those that like you're like it hurts. Like
last event, everyone's watching. Yeah.
yes. So there's something special about that where the adrenaline is there and you're ready to run.
Mhm.
Um, so I love the 4x1 just because I find it more fun and just kind of very intense. But our 4x4 is also very good and the whole team rallies around that 4x4. So it's more fun. But if I had to choose, I would say the 4x1. But I want to grow into the 4x4 more. I don't think that journey's over. And I'll be running it in a couple weeks and hopefully at ACCs we'll see what happens. But hopefully I can just keep dropping time a little bit on the 4x4 and help the team out because those girls on that 4x4 are insane. So I'm hoping to get to their standard a little more and be able to help them out. But
Well, I think you just volunteering for it is a lot because a lot of people don't like the 4x4. They rather run and hide and go rest when 4x4 is called. So for you to
right.
step up and want to get better, that's a huge plus. Back to your teammates, what do you think is the ceiling for your 4x1 and 4x4 teams for indoor and outdoor? Do you think win it all, NCAAs?
I think for sure 4x4 is win it all. For ACCs,
Mhm.
for sure, indoor and outdoor. I think we're gonna win it all for sure. 4x1, we got third last year, ACCs. So hopefully we can that's the minimum. We don't want to be dropping any lower than that. And hopefully we can go out and win it all again.
Uh,
Just like the 4x4. And then NCAAs, it's kind of go out, have fun, like improve on last year. Just make it to NCAAs and do as well as we can.
okay, so I can just bring a sign to the indoor
Mhm.
outdoor NCAAs and ACCs and be like, Duke's women's 4x1 said they're winning it all. So
Absolutely.
okay.
Everyone knows it. They know it.
Okay.
We're not afraid of that. That's
Yeah,
one
I'll
thing.
have to show up and see it.
Yeah.
I'll like to hear that. I'll have to show up and see it.
Oh yeah. No, it'll be fun.
Okay, I have one more question before we wrap up our interview. So back to, being a Duke, since this is your sophomore year and you're from Texas and you're coming all the way down to North Carolina, has there been any hurdles or any adjustments to the life in North Carolina?
Not too many. I'm pretty versatile. Like I just, kind of go with the flow a lot of the times. I think the college lifestyle is definitely, an adjustment in itself of living on your own and making sure you're eating enough and sleeping enough and doing your homework. So, other than all the normal college hurdles, it really wasn't a bad adjustment. And I think there's a lot to say with our coaches and my teammates. Again, I can't say enough good things about this team, but they really make it easy. Like I remember last year, my freshman year, I think I was so stressed out with school and stuff. And my coach could just tell. He was like, hey, like, what's going on? And I told him I was just stressed out. And he was like, go home, like, go study. Like, one practice isn't the end of the world. Like, if you're stressed out, like, you're not going to perform well at practice. So he was like, go home and study. And so, like, that's just one example of how understanding they are, really. And so they make the transition really easy, but it hasn't been hard at all. It's been really nice. It is a little colder up here, which,
Well, I actually plan on moving to Texas one day, so
you should. It's nice. It's really nice.
well, we reached the end part of our interview, and always at the end, I give the athletes a moment to speak about any message that means something to them. It can be a movie, a quote, a title, something you just saw. So, floor is yours to say any.
Oh, that's a big spotlight. That's pretty big. I think the one thing that I'm gonna touch on is maybe more to future athletes or athletes that are looking to get into collegiate sports is find your support system. Like once you're being recruited and your support system is your parents and things like that, and you're really used to having that, once you get to college, really just find your support system and know that it's not going to be easy all the time. One of our volunteer coaches who was an athlete last year gave us this quote at the beginning of the year. And it was a third of the time you're going to be, the highest of the high, like feeling great. A third of the time you're just going to be like, meh, like it's fine. And a third of the time it's going to feel really, really hard. And that's the path to success. So, like, those hardships and those hard times and the times that you just kind of feel like you're getting through, like, you need that third to make it to your end goal. So it won't be great all the time. And so when it doesn't feel great, like, make sure you have your people, whether it's your coaches or teammates or friends off the team. Just make sure you really have people that you can go talk to and get through those, that third of a hard time, and you'll get to where you want to be. Just keep working, honestly.
Right. Well, I appreciate the message you gave. I hope a lot of future athletes can attest to that and use that in their everyday life when they're going through their support system they need when they go through their sports. And I think that they will probably use that, and that's a good message.
Yeah,
But
it's a really good one.
I want to thank Abby Geiser for sitting down with me, at night, being the super stellar student athlete, 3.8, killing on the track, taking time out for me. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. It was so nice of you to reach out. Like, I really enjoyed it. And I wish you the best. This is awesome.
Thanks, man. Well, I catch you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys later.